What's good? It's your man Don Bucks. Welcome to Rap and Dodo Home of Money Conversations. This is conversation that brings compensation. We got a recap today. Pretty dope. And I'm going to start off with RIP to the GOAT, Kevin Samuels. Because he laid it down. Fellas, I mean, it's not a big secret when it comes to the women we looking for, the ones that are really in high demand. They are cooperative, they're smart, and they're agreeable. And let's tap into that for a second. Now, cooperation, I mean, that should go without saying. They with our program. But first of all, fellas, we need to have a program. Women can't follow a program that you ain't lay out. You dig? So, first of all, we got to have a program for them to be cooperative with. So that's first and foremost. So I talk about, leveling up, being a man, being a man that a woman wants to listen to, first and foremost. Second, should go without explanation. She should be smart. Where my hater blockers at? She should be smart. We don't want no dummy. Since we running a program, you dig? If we running a program, we got business to take care of. You want somebody that can, you can pass off orders to, or be able to do some things, bring something to the table other than just being cute. Because I think the meme card actually said beauty is not a business plan. You feel me? So cooperation, smart, and agreeable. We don't want no argumentative woman. You know what I mean? Because it's some women that just want to pick arguments. Just create strife. And if you got a program, you running a business, that's the last thing you need is having your energy depleted by always having to correct a woman. And just a bicker back and forth that is draining. You dig? So cooperation, we need them to have some smarts, and we also need them to be agreeable. Not necessarily like a yes woman that just want to we want them to follow orders, but agreeable, like it's a vibe. It's more so a vibe than a definition. Like, agreeable woman when you encounter one. She got a sweet vibe about her. She's real. She has the proper voice tone with you. Agreeableness. You know what I mean? But yeah, RIP to the GOAT, man. Shit, I think they killed my man. I ain't even gonna lie. But nah. Cooperation, smart, and agreeable. And the second topic, which is very controversial, and a lot of people got this definition mixed up. There's a difference between polygamy and polygyny. Now, polygamy, which is what I'm going to be talking about with an N, polygamy, is one man, two wives. Now, when that conversation comes up, it seems to be based around sex. Oh, you just want to have a lot of girls. But that's small thinking. Me personally, and I'm pretty sure there's other people that share this sentiment, it's more so about building. It's about community. And I think that's just in a man's nature. Like, and truth be told, a lot of people are living polygynous lives, whether they like it, know it, or not. Because a lot of times, you know what I mean? Like Brother Umar said, you got the wife, You got the work wife, you know what I mean, the secretary, and then a lot of times you got the jump off. So it just makes sense to just do it the right way. Have some what's the word I'm looking for? Doing it the right way. So basically what I'm saying is building, having some direction, some goal in mind. See, I'm thinking building. I'm thinking being fruitful and multiplying. I'm thinking not lying in the relationship. Because, like I said, a lot of people are living these lives, but they lying. A lot of dudes be lying, and that's where a lot of strife come in relationships, because they not strong in their spot as a man to be able to be truthful with their woman. They can't sit up there and say, listen, baby, I mean, I got more than one woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm always going to, like, I think it's just in a man's nature, but it's only a select few of us that's willing to keep it funky with whoever we dealing with, to be straight up and be like, listen, I rock with you heavy, but you know what I mean, I got shorty across the way that I rock with too. I'm just letting you know. And they can either deal with it or not. And if they don't, go get another one to replace her. Like, it's 5 billion women on this planet, and I'm pretty sure one of those 5 billion is willing to get on your program. You dig? But a lot of dudes they not strong in their spot enough to be able to keep it funky with the woman that they dealing with. And if that's what they're into, they need to be able to stand on their two and say it. And I think women respect that, because I mean, that's how I've been moving. Like, I was never lying in nothing I was dealing with. Everybody know what type of time I'm on. And you can either be with it or not be with it. You dig? And that's where you got to be as a man. You got to be strong in your spot to be like, it's okay if you ain't with it, because somebody else is. Somebody else will be with my program. And until you're strong in that spot as a man, you're going to run around here lying, and you're going to be upsetting your woman, going through unnecessary strife, especially if you got a business to run, my boy. You got a business to run, like, you got motion out here. You ain't got time to be arguing with no woman, bro, especially about you having other women. Let it be known, keep it funky, and let that be that. But that be the issue. A lot of people be living these polygamous lives, women too, even though they say they ain't with it. Oh, I couldn't be me, this, that, and the third. It's like, it is you though. It is you though. Whether you want to admit it or not, you are in a polygamous relationship. Just dude ain't man enough to tell you that he got another girl that he fucking on the side, or he dealing with on the side. Like, and that's what we need to be as men, if that's what you're into. I'm just telling you the post that I posted today. It's about polygyny. It's from my brother Dr. Umar, and I'm in full agreement. It's about community. It's about building, because it's not just about sex. They not just gonna be hanging around because they cute. They gonna be working. They gonna be helping to build what my program outlines. And whatever that is, that's what they gonna be helping me do, or helping us do. Like, you want to reap the benefits of everything I got going on, well, you gonna have a hand to the plow. You dig? You gonna have a hand to the plow. Y'all gonna have a hand to the plow. And I mean, shit, me personally, I'd rather women be on my team than men. Because, men, everybody, it seemed like, it's rare. It's rare that you can come across another brother that is on the same type time you on, and they don't got no underlying agendas, no jealousy, no secret competition going on with you. You dig? Because I done experienced that. You know what I mean? Throughout life. I know I look like a young boy, but throughout life, I done experienced secret competition amongst men, and I prefer women on my team. They want to see me win. I mean, you got some women out there that's haters and that's willing to block your progress. Yeah, you got some of them in there, but those are few and far in between. And as a man that's on his shit, you should be able to use some discernment to be able to tell way before she's in your inner circle if she's a hater or not. But like I said, women are few and far in between. Usually women want to see you win. Women are nurturers. You know what I mean? They want to see you win for the most part. So polygyny is one woman, two wives. I mean, one man, two wives, my bad. One woman, I keep saying it wrong. One man, two wives, two or more wives. Now, polygyny, which is I'm not with, is where the woman is nowhere, like not even on no biblical, like I ain't the most religious person in the world, but nowhere in the Bible does it say anything about a woman having more than one husband, and that's okay. No, we not with that. I'm the king, and that's just that. And so yeah, we're not talking about polygamy. We talking about polygyny. So yeah, it's about community. It's about building. It's about resources, collaboration, and it's not just about sex. So that's how I see it. Yeah, and which leads me into my next post. And where are women nowadays learning their wifey skills from? Fellas, where they learning them from? Ladies, if there's any ladies watching, where y'all learning these wifey skills from? Because you're not if you want to learn, like dude said in the post, if you want to learn how to play basketball, you're not going to learn how to play basketball from a football coach, right? If you want to learn how to fly, you're going to want to learn from a pilot, someone who flies, right? You want to learn how to cook? Oh, well, let me go up under the tutelage of a good cook or a good chef. Where are you learning they want wifely titles and wifely positioning, but where are they learning their wifely skills from? Because coming from the black community, a lot of us, I mean, we do the math. I think it's only 25% of women, black women, are married. So that means a majority of women are single. 75% of our women are single as far as marriage is concerned. So where are they learning how to be a wife from? So they going into these positions, they want a man that's this and a man that's that. But where are you learning how to be a wifey from? A lot of times out of 10, your mom wasn't a wife, so she ain't teaching you that. And a lot of these moms teaching their daughters how to be single. So they're going into these relationships with a me mindset. Everything is about them. They don't know nothing about the intrinsic things that a man wants. Because where they learning it? They're not learning it from a wife. So in order to learn how to be a wife, and I know the fellas can agree with me on this, they need to get around some wives. I know that sounds like common sense, but common sense is not so common nowadays. If they want to learn how to be a wife, just like you want to learn how to be a basketball player, you're going to learn from a basketball coach. You want to learn how to play football, you're going to learn from a football coach. You want to learn how to be a wife and know what a man intrinsically wants, like how to keep a man, like as a, doing wifely duties. you might want to learn from a wife, somebody that's an actual wife. And bro was like, yo, that's crazy that y'all, yeah, you got two female hosts. He was like, yeah, that's crazy that y'all married, but y'all not wives. How could you be? What characteristics are you acting out in that house? They can't be wifely characteristics because you never learned how to be one. So a lot of their movements, a lot of their actions and decisions are self-centered. They're not even thinking about what a man would think about, how he feels about things. Because if it's anything outside of what they're thinking that should be right, oh, he's narcissistic or he's controlling. No, you never learned what a man actually wants. A lot of times out of 10, like I said, if your mom ain't have no husband and your dad wasn't around, who taught you? So these are some basic skills that are lacking. And not just the women, but the men too. Like if you ain't had no father in your life, that's why a lot of these young men act like women. All they had was their mom. So they got emotional outbursts. They making emotional decisions out here. You know what I mean? But the post specifically was talking about women. Where are y'all learning how to be wives at? And that's a good question. That's some food for thought. For some women that watch this to this part, that's a good question to ask yourself. And if you haven't learned and you desire to be wanted and kept around by a real man, because a lot of y'all like to say, oh, if you was a real man, let's not even go down that path. That's a whole nother topic. How you even know what a real man is? You never seen one of them either in your house. You dig? So, unless you want to be kept around by a real man, you need to learn wifely duties and what a man intrinsically wants and thinks and wants from a wife. Get around some wives and peep game. Take notes. You dig? So, from the top, R.I.P. our man's Kevin Samuels. The woman we desire, real men that got shit going on. We want cooperation. We need you to be smart. Not necessarily a PhD, but we need you to have some common sense, even though it's not common, but some basic understandings. And we need you to be agreeable. We're not trying to argue with you. We got other shit, more important shit to do than argue with our woman about bullshit. So agreeable, have that soft voice, have that, feminine, movement about you. It's like I said, it's more so a vibe than a definition. Agreeableness, and you know it when you see it. Agreeableness. Polygyny is more than sex. It's more hands to the plow. It's community. It's being fruitful and multiplying. It's serving that man's purpose. Whatever. And hopefully this is for men with purpose. This ain't for everybody. And plus you got to be able to afford them, my guy. You got to be able to afford multiple women. You can't even start talking about polygyny unless you can afford them. You dig? So it's about being fruitful and multiplying. It's about forwarding that man's program and that man's agenda. That's what it's about. It's more than sex. It's about building. And thirdly, women that desire to be wifey need to learn wifey skills from a wife. Not from your friend, not from IG, not from your sister, society. You need to learn wifely characteristics from a wife. So get around some wives and take some notes, get some game. So that wraps it up for today's IG recap. And this sale is about to be over, y'all. It's 50% off everything that's in my bio using code SALE. So, fellas, if you ain't there yet, if you can't afford to take care of more than one woman, stay in your lane for now. But get some game, level up. Hit the link in the bio. Get you some learn how to get your rental car game up. Get some residual income popping. If you don't know how to invest yet, get the basic investing blueprint. You know what I mean? Get the dividend machine. It's all in there. 50% off. Use code SALE. With that, it's your man Don Bucks. This is Conversation that brings compensation. See y'all tomorrow.